Hello there, my name's Gina Gardner and I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Mitzi Perdue, who is a biographer, and she has recently written Relentless, and it's the biography of Mark Victor Hansen of Chicken Soup for the Soul fame. Now, just before this recording, they were talking about Library 3.0. I had no idea what it is, and I suspect that lots of you don't too. So what is it? Tell us.
Well, that's a big part of the book, because one of the ingredients of my book, Relentless, is to encourage other people to write. Writing is one of the most satisfying things that you can do. But where does that fit into Library 3.0? Well, let me explain what Library 1 was, and that's the Library of Alexandria. It was destroyed a couple of thousand years ago. It was possibly the world's first real library. Got burned down. But what was wrong from my point of view with Library 1.0 is you couldn't even get into it unless you were a scholar. So it was a collection of information, but it just wasn't widely available. Library 2.0 was when Andrew Carnegie gave money to found 50,000 libraries throughout the United States. Suddenly, information became available to everybody, and it made a huge difference in America. What was wrong with Library 2.0? Well, it was limited to America. Carnegie gave money to make libraries in the United States. We need, according to Mark Victor Hansen, Library 3.0, where all the information in the world is available to everybody, and everybody can contribute to it. And it's a dream that I share. By the way, I was a national commissioner in the Library and Information Commission. So, technically I'm a library commissioner. This is something I really love and care about. If you are thinking of writing a book, look at my book, because it's going to give you directions for how to do it and resources. Particularly, it's going to take you to a website from Mark, who will give you advice on how to do it. Because, once you get into it, it's not that hard, and it's one of the most satisfying things in the world. And it's going to be a gift from you to those who come after you. People are going to care about what you learned, what your mistakes were. It's a gift you can give the rest of the world. And when it's put up on Library 3.0, share it with the world.
One of the things that strikes me, I'm an author too, is having written the book, how it clarifies your own thinking, how it accelerates your own development, and that you're leaving a living legacy for people who are at the level that you were operating at when you wrote the book. But by that time you've moved on, and then you write another book in terms of your development and how you've moved on. And so not only is it great for the reader, but also from the writer's point of view, yes, it's an incredible tool of development. Mark, what do you think?
Library 3.0, we're at the most exciting literary time in history. It's the best times, worst times, been my comma, and then add what you're thinking about comes about. So if you have a positive attitude about this Library 3.0, several things are going to happen. We have the Mark Victor Hansen library.com, which we publish people's books, and we ghostwrite for people who have a great story, a great idea, great thinking, great success, but have never done it. In Mitzi's case, because she is the only double heiress that we know of, in her family tree, they could not get their inheritance unless I think the time was 40 years old.
60. Yeah, by 60, you have to have written your autobiography.
I believe everybody has to, because the graveyards are the richest place in the world, with untold dreams, untold songs, untold inventions, and every invention, every song, all of it's got to get written. So now what I say is that we're in the best times ever. For the first time ever, a book is not limited to a book. Yes, we can do a paperback. Yes, we can do a hardbound. Yes, we can do a POD. Yes, we can do satellite link, thanks to Elon Musk, literally around the world. It can go through all the phones instantly. We can do for the first time what's called instant translate. And in my voice can go into Swahili as easy as English or Spanish or Japanese. And you go, wow, what am I saying? Books have leveraged me. My parents were lovely but illiterate Danish people. They left when Germany was coming into Denmark. My uncle Sven was giving the black band to all the Jewish people. So we were taking many kisses. My older brother, 14 years younger than him, says to my dad, Paul, Hansen, here's $100 a passport. You're out of here. I'll never see you again because Hitler's got $100,000 hit on you. So our book's critical. Yeah, because when Mitzi and I were talking about it, I said, look, what is the first thing a despot or a tyrannical leader does? They burn the books, whether it was Hitler, whether it's Stalin, whether it's Mao. The point is, we don't need less. We need more. What you just said, Gina, you get more refined, you get more defined, you start to confine and understand your thinking more clearly than ever. When you write the book, our company wants to help you write it if you qualify, and we qualify you for both ways. But the point is, we need infinitely more intelligence, not less. And the trouble with an economy that is compressive rather than expressive is it'll slow down people. I'm saying express yourself in a book so you can express yourself in life and fulfill your life. And I'll just give my example. When I started this speaking little business, everyone says, you're the best storyteller I ever heard. Do you have it in a book? Well, I self-published my first book, Stand Up, Speak on Wind, back in the prehistoric days, 1974. You could buy them for $1. I sold at the first meeting 37 books, and that was $370. Well, the first year I sold 20,000 times $10. That's $200,000. I had arrived. Now, the only mistake I made is exactly what you just said. You've written 30 books, Gina. I should have done more faster, and I didn't. And now I've done 318 books, but remember, that's over a 50-year period, because everyone says, boy, they must really fall. Back to you, Gina.
If you're listening to this, just recognize that everybody has a story. Everybody has their life experience. If you think about the question, what would have helped me if only I'd known this before the gift of hindsight? Whatever you're going through, whatever your experience is, it has the capacity to help someone. And in writing your book, it has the capacity to help you too. A great starting place is to look at the book Relentless, because not only will that help you at a personal level, but it'll also help you to discover how you can write too. Go and look at Mark Victor Hansen's books. He's got huge. Come and look at mine. You'll find that there are a wide range of publications designed to help you. One of the great things about them is the books are inexpensive when you look at the treasure that they have between their covers. If you can't afford to go on an expensive program, you can't afford one-to-one coaching, the likelihood is you can afford a few dollars to buy a book that's going to make a difference. So take some action, because if you do nothing and you always do what you've always done, well, you're going to stay exactly as you are. So thanks for joining us. Go and look on Amazon. You'll find all of the books there. Bye-bye now.